What's going on, everybody? Good morning. We are going to take a look at Casper cryptocurrency once again. We're going to take a look at the Fibonacci levels in regards to the price levels I have marked on my chart, and we'll see if there's any correlation. So I don't really use the fibs, so I don't know what kind of correlation we will have here. I would take a guess that some of the levels will match up with the Fibonacci levels, but who knows? So let's take a look. So I'll do my best here to take some major swing highs and swing lows, and then see if we can use some short-term swing highs, swing lows. So as always, on TradingView, on a daily chart, CSPR/Tether USD. And let's take a deep dive here into Casper. So we'll actually zoom out here and we'll take a longer term approach here. So what we're going to do is we'll take the swing high of over in here, which would have been at least a major swing high. Looks like November 30th in 21. So basically right there. And then we'll take our most recent low, which was right around 224. I think our low was actually at 223. And that was on the 19th of June. Yes, 223 was the low. So let's throw the Fibonacci's on there. 223 is right there. All right, so taking a look at this, and let's see if there's any correlation here with the Fibonacci's and the price levels I use. So I can see right away that we have, so our 727 level right here in the center is actually a 50% fib retracement. So that lines up quite closely. So it looks like the 50% fib is at 731 and 727 over here on the right-hand side. That white box is the level I have on the chart. So that is pretty close enough, I would say, for to count that in. And then if we actually move down, so it looks like the Fibonacci's are just slightly higher than the prices I use. So the 236 is at 391, and I have a level at 363. The 382 is at 552, and my level is at 509. I have nothing over here at the 618, although you can see the 618 correlates quite well with this high here, and then this resistance level here. So a nice double top right off that 618 fib level. And let me get rid of that arrow. If we take a look, a zoom out here, moving on higher. Yeah, and I don't have, actually, this is quite interesting. The 1618 fib level is very close to one of my higher 97-cent price targets. Take a look at that. It's almost right there. So the fib level is at $1.03, and the level I have is at 97.09. So if that is any sign to what is to come here for Casper, there it is. Using a major swing high to a major swing low, I would call that some importance right there. I think that holds some validity if the price does start to really kick up here in the months or longer ahead. And then moving on down below that, we have, so the, actually no, do we have a price level there? Yeah, no. And then there, of course, there's higher fibs up here. I don't have anything, I don't think I do anyways, up at these levels. According to Casper's, I guess if I use the all-time high, I could get some pretty high pricing. But I don't have anything listed on the chart. But you can see these insane price levels up here. At least maybe these are a little insane. The triple digit, the 4, 2, 3, 6, and all the way up even to higher. And the fibs, of course, they go higher than that into some insane levels. But I do think that this 97 cent area is something to not put out of your mind if the price really starts to move. It's interesting how the fibs line up there, and then the pricing I use lines up there as well. So let's take a look at a little bit of a shorter term retracement here. So we'll take this high right here, which is on the 2nd of April, right about there. That is not the tool I want. The 2nd of April, right about there. And then we'll take that major low so far. It's right around 223. And once again, slightly off from my prices, but pretty close. The 50 is very close. And the 236 is very close at our 334 level, which has been coming into play recently. Looks like we're a little far away from the 382 as well as the 786. And then if we take a zoom out here using that data, we have a fib level that lines up with our 30 cent level. And we have two levels right there. So we have 30 cents and 35 cents. And then we have a fib. The 186 fib is at 29. So that's an area of importance. Just like the 97 cent is, also is the 35 cent, or between 29 and 35. Quite interesting there for Casper. Let's see if we can get some different levels here. Do something real short term. We could take this swing high and that swing low right there. And once again, I mean, if you look up at the 4236, close to our 12 cent level, which is an area of importance as well, but nothing to really, that's about it. And if we take some crazy stuff here, we'll take this swing high way over here. It's like $4. And then we'll take the major low at 234 or 223, I think it was. And let's see what we got here. So this is the moon scenario, as they say. So we can see the 236 is very close to our 727 level. Basically right there. And you can see all the price action around that. I mean, big support. And then we traded over here for a couple months, traded back down, and perhaps we're moving back up to that 7 cent level. And once again, here we are at the 30, right around that 30 cent level. There is a fib, 50% retracement of this whole move here, right at one of our levels. So just mentioned prior, 35 and 30 cent is what a level we have. Looks like the fib is right about there at 30 cents. And then nothing higher than that matches up with ours. Everything's kind of in and around that. And then if you zoomed out, you would see the higher fib levels. There's much higher levels up there. It doesn't mean the price will ever get up there, though, but it could. So that is pretty much that. We have a couple levels that line up with our pricing. I do like, and it is nice to see that we had a fib line up on a longer time frame with our 97 cent, and then we had more than one longer time frame line up with our 30 and 35 cent level. So if that is an indicator of what could be to come here for Casper, it is going to be quite the ride to the upside. And I would not be surprised to see Casper at those higher levels in the future here. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but This thing is primed up and ready to rock and roll, in our opinion. Taking a step away from the fibs real quick, in last night's video, I had mentioned that Casper is doing all that it can to get above and stay above these 363 level, which is the white horizontal line on the chart that has been acting as resistance back in June. And then in previous times, you can see, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so days trying to get above that level and running into some resistance. So we'll see what the markets do today. Bitcoin starts to pull back heavily, then I would imagine it would weigh on Casper, and Casper could get back below that 363 level. And maybe it'll be back in that 334 to 363 trading range. Who knows? But if you're watching for the upside moves, we have a target right now, 435, right up there. So couple fibs line up with our pricing. Couple of them don't, but that is just a little example. And it, like I said, I don't really use fibs at all. If you do, you could probably pick out some other, but you can be more precise. I just wanted to give you a rough idea, taking the exact swing high and the exact swing low and see what you come up with. But it is nice to see a couple levels line up, and it's also nice to see that a couple of those levels that line up are much higher, 35 and 97 cents. So we're in here for the ride, not financial advice. Like I said, this was a very nice area to be accumulating Casper, in our opinion. And of course, that does not mean the price will not get back down there again. Of course it could, but so far that is a, let's see here, give or take, 60, 65%, give or take, depending on where you got in. If you dollar cost average in, not bad when the stock market is still negative for the year, although it is steaming higher as it should. When sentiment gets like that off a major bottom, heads up and watch the upside. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Casper video. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and consider doing so. A lot of the viewers watching in the background, they have not yet joined us here. If you want to be updated when we post videos, turn on notifications, and also become a subscriber. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great Friday. We'll be back with some more videos. Take care.